Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. A massive welcome to everyone on all of our viewing channels, if that's the right word, on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and anyone listening or watching in the future on any of our podcast channels as well. Unfortunately, because of a really quite dramatic storm going on outside of my windows at the moment, we've got quite bad quality Wi-Fi. Um, we don't even have tele signal at the moment. It's pretty grim. Bear in mind, I do live on a little island, so being in a storm's pretty bad here. They think they might even close off the road, which takes us off the island, making us a proper island, which is quite scary, really. Not scary, but it's pretty cool. Whatever. So yeah, really bad storm. So we have moved tonight's interview back for another week. I am really sorry about that, but it's going to be a great interview. I just don't want it ruined by bad Wi-Fi signal. Really, if I'm cutting out and it's just ruining the interview, then it's no good, is it? Let's be honest. Yeah, thank you, Katrina, mentioning that. I'm just going to bring that up because we have viewers on everything. They are doing very well. These are my Acromyrmex octospinius, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably not. It's my leaf cutter ants. As you can see, the whole of the top of the fungus, I hope you can see anyways, whole of the top of the fungus is basically green. That's where they mulch down the leaf and they're building that fungus up to grow, basically. It is growing really well. The numbers are growing really well. As you can see, there's absolutely tons of ants there. The fungus is probably, I don't know, it's way bigger than the pot that it was contained in beforehand. And it's probably about a third of the size of the chamber now. Obviously, these will be coming with us to Sheffield, which is going to be absolutely spectacular. It's going to be a bit of a task bringing them up in the heat conditions that they need to be in, but it's going to be a bit of fun as well. We're going to make it happen. Um, so yeah, they've been cutting lots of leaf lately. As you can see, there's big piles of leaf. They're processing leaf. They're bringing more leaf in. It's basically a non-stop process. I've noticed that you can't really give them the same type of leaf 2 days in a row. You have to basically give them a new type of leaf every day. And what I'm doing is tending to rotate between 4 or 5 different types of plant at the moment that are readily available to me. 4 of them are literally in my garden, and then there's another one which is like on the way to the shops in a garden that I've asked permission if I can go in, and that's a really big privet bush, and they don't mind me cutting bits off, and it's actually keeping it a bit tidier, you know. So that's quite handy. So what else is going on? Oh, running across the bottom of the screen is the raffle, and I do keep popping it up into the comments section as well. I'm going to do that now. If you haven't yet, do check out the raffle. It's our biggest raffle that we've ever held. There's like 25 prizes now or something like that. Prizes keep coming in. We keep getting more and more prizes donated. Something like 25 prizes now. So the 20 individual winners. You can win more than once, or 25 individual winning tickets, we could say. You can buy multiple tickets, you can win more than once. That's pretty much the rules. We will only take out the winning tickets, and then we will can you still win if you can't attend? You can still win. We will post out the prizes, etc. If because we've got quite a few location-specific prizes as well. Things up in Sheffield, things all around the country actually. So if you can't make that, you can actually exchange your prize for one of our gift bags, which is about £25 worth of goodies from the show as well. So like if you can't make it, and if you can't make it to your prize, then don't worry, you won't lose out. You'll still get a prize, some description, and like I say, we can post that out to you in the week following the show. If you do change your prize, then that prize will be refilled, and that extra money will obviously go towards our grand total, which gets split between half the money goes into future shows and improving what we can provide at the shows, and then the other half of the money will go towards research and conservation grants. So it'll be really great to make as much as we can in this raffle to give them a really substantial amount as well. I haven't actually got a target charity or research thing, if you know what I mean, yet. I was kind of going to talk to my committee about that. I was going to wait and see what people said. And I was also thinking I might see what the speakers who are coming to Sheffield are currently involved in and see if there's anything we can help fund in that respect, because, give back to them because they're coming to us. So yeah, do check out the raffle. Let's say there's a great load of prizes. Great chance to win if you get involved. The tickets are £2.50, or you get 5 for £10. I will email you the ticket numbers that you get. You can choose to have the tickets sent to you in paper form, or you can pick them up at the show. That's not an issue. We'll be calling the raffle at 10:15 in the morning. That's like one of the first things on the main stage, and that is simply so that you can come and get your prize. That will be at my stall, the Ants and the Rock stall, which is just by the main stage. And if it's a gift card or something like that, quite a lot. Hey Robert, thank you for coming over on Facebook. If it's a gift card or something like that, you'll have opportunity to spend that gift card or whatever at the shows. A lot of the prizes, like the gift cards, have been donated by traders which are coming to the show, believe it or not. Like there's a gift card from Unseen Universe there. There's an Amazon gift card there. There's a one-to-one gym session. There's a family day pass to the video game museum in Sheffield. So if you win that one, you could come to our show one day and then the next day go to the museum, really make a sort of weekend of it. There's some really great prizes. Like, I've been blown away by the amount of prizes and the generosity of the people involved. It's been really cool. So yeah, do get involved with that. I'm going to stop going on about it now. But again, it's just one of those things that's really blown me away, the kindness of everyone. So yeah, do get involved with it. And then we can get back more to the community that we love so much, Sorry about my bad cough. Let's talk a little bit about Sheffield. Sheffield is looking absolutely spectacular. It's so packed. We can't fit any more traders in. We can't fit any more people on the stages. We cannot literally do any more. Like, it is filled to the brim with so many cool things, loads of exhibits. I've got exhibits I'm picking up over the next couple of weeks that will be coming with me as well from all sorts of places. So we're going to have all sorts of really cool exhibits, large, small, you name it, they're going to be there. Yeah, Robert, leaf cutters. I know. I was just talking about them, buddy. They are absolutely amazing. The leaf cutters are coming to Sheffield. If you're coming to Sheffield, you'll be able to see them, as well as my Asian bullet ant colony as well. True, yours are in a 4-foot bio setup with hissing and oh wow, that's quite impressive. See, my biggest setup's probably 6 or 7 feet now, because it's the 2 tanks combined. That's sort of like taking over half the room. But I love it. I won't be able to bring that one, but if you're coming to the Weymouth show, which is on May the 13th, again, it's going to be another massive show. We have the full backing from the local council. Obviously, it is just over the road bridge to the mainland for me, so it's really close. I'm taking loads and loads of exhibits. I'm going to be doing all sorts of awesome stuff at the Weymouth show. But let's talk about Sheffield. There is still just a few early access tickets to Sheffield, and I mean just few, very, very few, but they are still available. That means you're getting 45 minutes early. You can buy your tickets on the door, but you won't be able to buy early access tickets on the door because no one will be there to sort of sell them at that point. And then when you are there, if you've already got your ticket, you can come straight to the door where it says online ticket holders, and then if you haven't got a ticket, you can go to the other door, which will say something like buy your tickets here or whatever, and there'll be 2 entrance points. And it's faster if you've already got your ticket, because we can just scan you, put your wristband on and send you on in, rather than having to go through the process. But whatever, it doesn't really make a difference. It's going to be fairly quick and easy to get in, we hope. they say we've got multiple doors and a nice big entrance, so it's not going to be a big issue. It is stretched over 2 rooms. The first and main stage is in the main room. Make sure you find the second stage as well. The second stage is more sort of animal experiences, general invert knowledge, that sort of thing. The main stage is going to be lectures about ants pretty much all day. Yeah, that is the main of it. That's what we're here for. So yeah, that is like the ant stage. Second stage is sort of general invert knowledge and experiences, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We do have a few extra surprises happening throughout the day. Hey, RS Design, thank you for popping in. We do have a few extra surprises happening throughout the day. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what they are because they're surprises, but it's going to make the show absolutely fantastic and unfillable for anyone who does come along. I feel quite proud about those sorts of things that I've gone sort of out of the box with it, I think we could say. But you know what my brain gets like when I get an idea, we just kind of run with it and end up on a complete tangent. And yeah, so yeah, that's happening. What else is there to talk about? If you haven't got transport to Sheffield, we do have a bus coming up the east side of the UK. I think it's the east. Never eat shredded wheat. No, the west. Never eat shredded. Yeah, the west side of the country. So up from Bristol, Gloucester, all of that sort of way, there is a bus. There is seats available on the bus. It does cost a little bit, but it's a lot cheaper than if you were to catch the train or something like that. We're going up on the Friday. We're coming back on the Saturday, a few hours after the show, with enough time for like a bit of food and maybe a drink or something like that. But we're not going to be hanging about because it's going to be a late night by the time we get back to Portland. It's like a 5 or 6 hour journey, and you know, if we leave at like 6 in the evening, by the time we've dropped people off and stopped on the way, it's probably going to be like 1, 2, maybe even 3 o'clock in the morning by the time we get home. But whatever, my driver is very happy to do that and very well trained in doing that sort of thing. Thank you very much, Katrina. Thank you. It's become it is a real passion. You know how much this is a passion for me, but it's really helped that I don't know, the show's just sort of taken off. And like, although I put in a lot of work to it, a lot of things have been made easier by other people coming to me, and like, let's say I'm getting people wanting to come to the show as traders now, and I can't find any more room for them. We are fully booked. And it's like, rather than me approaching them like it was at the last show, we've got quite a good reputation now already that we are going to be a good up and coming show, you know. So quite a lot of people are trying to get involved now, which is really nice, and I want to obviously accommodate that. And we are going to grow the show in what's the word, in tangent with it, is that the word? We're going to grow the show as it's needed, but it's doing really well, and we are looking into the future. We're already planning out 2024. The venues for 2024 are going to absolutely change the sort of thing that we're providing. No, to just take it up that extra notch again, even though these shows, the Sheffield show's really gone up a notch from last year, we're going to take it up another notch in 2024 with some extra cool things. The Invert Shows UK, right? So RS Design, I really want to, and if someone is kind enough to say, hey, I'll pick you up and I'll bring you back, then I will sign up right now. But at this point in time, I don't drive and my wife doesn't drive, and we're pretty much investing every bit of money we've got either into new products, the shows, or something like that. I just can't, you know what I mean? If we can get her driving, which is the plan this year, we're going to get her driving, and then we can start to do things like that a bit more. But if anyone ever offers me a lift to one of the shows, then I'd be there without a doubt, because I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I love these sorts of things, and if it means I get to get out there, meeting the community a bit more, and shaking people's hands, and you know, then I'll definitely be there. But yeah, it's all a matter of transport to us. Like, coming to Bristol's hard enough, to be honest. Last time my driver fell through literally on the morning we were supposed to leave. So I had to pretty much ditch half the stuff I was going to bring, shove as much as I could in a holdall, and I jumped on a train and came to Bristol and held the show like that with literally the stuff I could carry in a holdall. I carried that holdall about for like 2 or 3 days. I had bruises all down my leg. um, it was heavy. So yeah. The Versi, we will go on to the Versi colour in just a moment. That's very good. Yeah, Sarah, aka bus driver. Yeah, she will be one day, but to be honest, I wouldn't put her in charge of a bus if she's only just passed her test. Our bus driver has many years of experience driving. He's drove all sorts of vehicles in all sorts of situations, and he's very trustworthy in that respect. Otherwise, I wouldn't ask him to do it. I wouldn't ask someone that I wouldn't put my own life in their hands. Not just that. I've known him for a very long time. He's held some quite respectable job roles and things like that. So he's definitely a guy that I trust to look after us as a person responsible for us. You know what I mean? Which, to be honest, is a big thing for me, because although like driving's normal, I actually get quite nervous sometimes in the car if they tend to like go really fast, or not even fast. If I don't feel like I'm fully safe, like I don't know, it gets a bit anxious for me. I think that's just because I'm getting old. I never used to get anxious about anything. Anyways, let's go on to talk about Mr. T, because it's just been asked. Mr. T, my Cannabina Versicolor. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Probably not. You can slap me later. RS Design, I'm sure. Yeah, he's much better. I gave him a few hours. So he was there at the bottom, sort of hanging out at the bottom of the driftwood. Hey, Ants England, thanks for stopping in. He was there at the bottom, hanging out at the bit of the driftwood, not driftwood, the bit of bark, whatever. He was down at the bottom of that, just sort of chilling. So what I did was I split the back. We haven't done the interview tonight. We've moved it to next week because the signal's really bad. We've got like an intense storm going on outside, and we just decided tonight it's not worth ruining a good interview with bad Wi-Fi signal where potentially I'm cutting out every 5 minutes or whatever. So what I did was I sprayed the enclosure, just gave it a little bit of mist in there. Straight away, he started walking up the sides a lot better. Now, I don't know what difference that made. And he did do it really slowly. He would go like a couple of steps at a time, but he made it back up to his web, basically. Made it back inside, and he's been fine. He's come back out, and he has hunted and caught waxworm in that time. So my assumptions are he's fine. I think it was just he was being dopey. I spoke to a few people, and apparently it's quite normal that they can get a bit like dopey normally before they molt. But yeah, he seemed to be a bit dopey after his molt, and he just kept slipping off. No sort of damage done to him, because I was concerned that obviously falling onto the branches and things like that, he might have punctured himself or something like that. But no damage that I've noticed. He seems fine. And looking at the pictures I've taken where he's a bit more spread out, he does look like back to his normal self. Nice and colourful and beautiful as well, I must say. Which is a bit of a big relief, really, because I do like my Mr. T tarantula. I would be heartbroken if something happened to him, as he's my very first tarantula as well. It's one of those things, you blame yourself, don't you? Especially if it's your first one of that pet and you're sort of unsure on what you're doing a little bit. I mean, I'm quite confident. I know I've got a good sort of support network. Any questions I've sort of got, I can always get answered. I am lucky for that. But it's one of them. I'd be devastated. I love giving him waxworms, to be honest, just because, like you say, it's nice and soft and nice and easy. When he grows a little bit, I will start to feed him like roaches and probably not crickets. I never like feeding crickets because they fight back, and they really, really fight back, don't they? So I'll probably give him a roach and things like that, but not until he grows. I'm just like that. maybe it's because with the ant keeping, I don't like really doing live feedings anyways. I know how damaging it can be to the colony. It can be quite an ordeal for both sides, the feeder and the feedee. I think that's whatever. You know what I mean. So it's not something I particularly do with the ants. So still, I like to know that they're able to dispatch it quickly. You know what I mean? So if I'm putting a large roach against a small tarantula, it might not happen like that. But when it comes to the centipede, I'll chuck in a big roach because the centipede just tears them to pieces. It's really impressive. Still now, I'm still like, wow, that's ferocious. Luckily, I haven't had any kind of issues with centipede. In fact, it won't surprise me if he's sort of, I don't know. He's gone into chill mode at the minute. He's hiding out. He's not hungry. So yeah, we're just kind of letting him chill, do his thing. Along with my millipedes, they're burying themselves and not feeding much at the minute. They are feeding, but not as much as they would normally feed. So they're sort of doing their thing, as you may guess, all curled up and whatnot. Yeah, crickets are horrible. I absolutely hate crickets. So does the wife. So I had some back in the old house. One got out in the bedroom and it got under the bed. Now, bear in mind, our bed is like most people's. It's just got so much stuff under it that it's like, oh my God, it could be anywhere. So we pulled out lots of stuff on the bed. We never found it. But we didn't find it then. So we gave it a few days. I found a sugar tower and a water tower. And there you go, out it comes towards the sugar tower to start and eat some of that. So there it goes, got it. We got it in a pot, and I did kill it and feed it to a thing. I was smiling when I fed it to the ant colony. I was like, you little bugger, you got me in so much trouble with a wife. So that, yeah, I tend not to get crickets now. And when I do, I tend to just freeze them, to be honest, get them out as and when I need them. Yeah, Rose Donna, that's the thing. It's about getting to them, isn't it? That's sort of why I suppose I'm looking forward to getting to my show so much, because I know I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? Yeah, some of them are really far away as well. And if you don't have or transportation, it's sort of impossible to do. I mean, Sheffield's like 300 miles one way, 300 miles the other way for me. It's pretty far. But why not? We like Sheffield. Sheffield should be fun, just the city. I mean, not even the event, but just being in the city. I like big cities. I like the availability of food late at night. Being on this tiny little island, we don't have many takeaways. I think there's like 4 or 5 takeaways on the island. Most of them really rubbish. One of them I got really bad food poisoning from, and I won't be ever going back there again. So yeah, we don't even have Uber Eats and stuff like that on the island. It's really out of the way. So I do like coming to a city where you can pretty much get food anywhere at any time. Sheffield is as far best. Really, that's I did not know that, Nancy. To be honest, I can't actually remember where you're based. My memory is awful, it is. I apologise, but yeah, I can't remember where you're actually based at in England, but pretty far away. It's all pretty far away. Like I say, that's it. If you don't have that ability to travel, I mean, I say once you've got a car, once you drive, it opens up the world, really, doesn't it? You can just go anywhere at any time and just do what you want. I remember back in the day, I had a best mate who just started driving. We were like, you know what, let's go on a road trip. And we drove down to Plymouth for the weekend, and why not? You can just do anything you want. You should ask all attendees where they're from on entry and plot a funky coloured map design after the show. South East Coast Essex. Yeah, that's kind of there. Katrina, that's a really good idea, actually, but we'd have to get the map quite big because we've got people coming from France and I believe Norway as well. Was it Norway? Yeah, Norway. It wasn't Normandy. It was Norway. Creepies from Kent. Yeah, it's that whole sort of. It's the wrong side of the country for the bus, though, isn't it? Annoyingly. Yeah, I know, Katrina. I was quite impressed with that as well, but you know, and I won't tell all the secrets, but yeah, it's pretty cool. What else is happening? Oh, you might have seen, you might not have seen. I've been putting a couple of posts out about it. We are starting to use less paper, so care guides and things like that, which would have been sent with the colonies, are now going to be sent via email unless you ask me to send you a paper copy. That doesn't go for the subscription boxes. You'll still get everything in hard form for the subscription boxes so that you can put them into your files and stuff. But for the general care sheets and guides and stuff like that that I send out, a lot more of it will be sent via email at the point of sending the package. Like both will be sent at the same time. It is just to reduce our carbon footprint mainly, because we noticed how many pieces of paper that we actually go through, how many packs of card we go through, and any laminating sheets we go through. So, what I mean, we can't stop everything altogether, but we can definitely make an effort towards it, towards that. As well, we are going to be improving on the system, so we're not just going to be sending you out emails with attachments forever. We are going to improve that system, but again, I'm not going to tell you how we're doing that until it is done. That is already in the process because I couldn't help myself. I moved on it straight away. You know what I'm like a rainbow colored spider across the map. That's it, Katrina, drawing people in from everywhere. It's absolutely spectacular. Like I say, it's really sort of grown in popularity lately. I will say it's not all down to me. A lot of it is down to sort of who's come in. The speakers have brought a quite large crowd as well from the universities and things like that. Will be attending because of the speakers we've got. We've got some quite influential people in the ant world coming to talk on our main stage. So there's quite a lot of people in the local research groups and things like that are coming to watch the lectures, and it's going to be a spectacular day. It's going to be great fun. So I'm really looking forward to some of the lectures, and I'm really gonna try and enjoy this show rather than running about and working like a madman. I'm just gonna try and enjoy bits of it as well as doing the bits that I kind of need to be working a bit more. Yeah, that's it, Katrina. The love has really spread. I mean, that is it. People have kind of taken to it. It's amazing. What else has gone on? I've got a couple of other points on my sheet in front of me, and then we shall start to call it a night. If there is anything you want to know about Sheffield, anything you want to know about the raffle, or anything you want to know in general, put a comment in now, because we will start heading towards the end of the stream before too long. So with posts, I'm almost caught up with everything that I have to send out from the Christmas period. Wow, that's a lot of parcels. I've never had such a long list of parcels and stuff. It's been absolutely crazy, to be honest. I've got to go to the post office twice tomorrow. I'm going to do another 2 trips on Tuesday. I'm hoping that will be absolutely everything sent then, but I can only carry so much in my bags, and if it's chucking it down, it's not worth like on my getting everything soaked or whatever. There is a couple of things, updates on ant stalls. If you look on the website, all the information is on the website. We've got 3, maybe 4, maybe even 5 ant stores coming now. I can't actually remember. Yeah, again, we've got a nice range, a nice balance of ants. We've got inverts, we've got enclosures, gifts, taxidermy. We've got a sort of a nice balance of all the different traders, if you know what I mean. I thought that was quite well balanced and well placed, and all sort of for every different area of the show, you'll sort of find a selection of all the different things rather than grouping, if you know what I mean. So you'll be it'll make sense, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's actually cool. The maps will be going online hopefully this week. I'm just waiting for the full confirmation from the venue that that is all okay and whatnot. And because obviously you've got to do that. And then as soon as I get that confirmation, because they confirmed it once and then I changed a couple of tables about and whatnot, so I've got to confirm it again. As soon as that's done, it will be going up on the website. So that will be there. There will be maps posted all around the venue as well. So you'll know where every trader is. You'll know where everything is. There'll be schedules. And everything like that posted, so you know what's on the stages. The schedule's already on the website. You can start planning out your day as where you want to be and what you want to see. What setups am I taking? I am taking my Asian bullet ants and these leaf cutters. I've got more setups coming to me from a couple of other people and sources over the next week or two as well that I'll be bringing, and then there's other people bringing their setups as well. So we've got quite a few different exhibits, not just the setups. We've got other exhibits as well that aren't just setups, but they're all ant related. It's going to be pretty cool. Can someone send it to me? You can't find it. It should be on the Ants on the Rock website on the main page and straight down the on the like read more sort of thing. Either that or go on Facebook. It's on the event thing. Look up the Great Ant Exhibition Sheffield. It will be there. And I think you're part of the group, aren't you? If you're not part of the group, look up the Ant Exhibition UK group and join that, because we put regular updates in there as well. What else was I saying? Post dives. Let's talk a little bit about the Polyrhachis dives. They are confusing me. So obviously now they've got the two tanks connected via the bridge. Loads and loads of them tend to be going to the second tank, and they're like having little fights. I don't know what it is, whether some of them are spending too long in the second tank that their pheromones aren't keeping up with the changes to the main colony, and they're sort of like they're meeting each other and they're like, oh, I don't quite recognize your smell, and they're killing each other because of that. I'm not sure. It's kind of a little bit like but you know what I mean. It's definitely getting you thinking, definitely getting me thinking anyways. I don't know why, but they're not killing off loads. I mean, Polyrhachis dives are known for killing off the weaker ones anyways, so that could be it. Like, they're not killing off loads, but they're definitely fighting to a point where you would recognize it. Like you could see it, you know, they're fighting. So that's going to be interesting as time goes on. And I mean, there's tons of them going in there. 100 or so ants running about the second tank at any given moment, even when it's not feeding time. Obviously, the main tank is still absolutely heaving with ants, but it's just weird. It's just weird. You know what I mean? Thank you very much for that, Katrina. So I can't like go on to other things and get the links and stuff because it just kills my internet, and it's bad enough as it is. It'll probably just kick me off completely, which has been known to do. This storm, actually, I woke up about 5:30 this morning, thunder and lightning, and I kind of thought, right, well, it might stop soon. It's been going non-stop for like 3 days, but apparently we've got another 4 days of this storm. They're potentially going to shut off the island. They've given red warnings and stuff. Basically, if the water, because we've got high spring tides and high winds, it's pushing the water closer to where the road is and things like that. It can be a little bit dangerous. So yeah, just a little bit dangerous. So they might well make us a proper island again soon. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I do think that is about it. Yes, please do, Katrina. We should definitely catch up. I think that is about it. There is a few other things going on in the background, obviously, here over at the HQ headquarters. Yeah, we'll say that. Over the office, we got a million things going on, actually. So I am always here at my desk working. If you need to get hold of me, send me a message. You can come on to the website and go to the chat with me option or anything like that. That's probably your easiest and fastest way of getting hold of me, in fact, because it sends a message straight to my phone, which is really handy. So yeah, if you want to get hold of me over anything, any questions, send me a message. But apart from that, I think I am pretty much done tonight. And we are rearranging tonight's interview for next Sunday. I'm hoping the weather better by then and the signal will be back on track. If not, I'm going to sort something out like a signal booster because this is getting ridiculous. And I will be getting a better signal thing put in place very soon as well. It's just one thing after another. You know how it is. We've only lived there about a month now. Have we lived here about a month? Yeah, about a month. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I think we might have to be painting first. I think that's the get down this old school 70s wallpaper, and we'll get there. Whatever. But yeah, a massive thank you to everyone who has watched tonight over on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You've all been absolutely amazing, really active. And really fun talking to you. What is the best place to stay? Because if I do get the bus down, are you talking about Sheffield? Right, I've got a list of hotels literally on my phone. I need to upload it. I'll do that in a minute because that's something I should have done ages ago. It's just, it keeps slipping my brain. I'll do that in just a pretty second. The video was... See, now I thought that answering them, but it's giving me the red warning the whole time. It is what it is. I didn't want to take the risk. The Ant Bus is a day trip. Yeah, no, Katrina, you're going Friday, we're staying, and then back on Saturday. So it is sort of an overnight thing. But hotel-wise, send me a message, Rose Donna. I can send you the list, and I will upload it to the website as well. Where in Nottingham? Oh, that is a very... I need to actually speak to the driver. To be honest, we haven't actually chose locations in the cities that we're going to be stopping. But because sort of seeing who's picking up, if you know what I mean. So if you say Nottingham, we will now go and look at a convenient place that we will be passing, sort of thing, or whatever, that we can meet you in Nottingham. If someone said Gloucester, we would do the same for that. But we haven't actually planned our stops yet until the people have told us where we need to stop. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm sure that makes sense. But yes, I will post all of the information about hotels and stuff, and do send me a message, Rose Donna and Katrina, and anyone else that wants to send me a message. Why not? I'm here. Let's talk. I just need to do a few other things in the process, which I can't do at the same time whilst doing, like updating the website. But there is more information going up as well on the, I believe it's the 18th of February. I'm doing a free event at the Weymouth Library. It's not quite a workshop. It's not quite a big of, it's sort of like a come see what we're going to be doing at the Weymouth show. Come see what we got going on and come say hello, sort of thing. It's completely free. If you're local to the Weymouth area, it's a day out. We'll be there from 12 to 2. There's other things going on as well. It's going to be great fun. And it's a chance to see some of the exhibits that won't be coming to Sheffield, but will be making it to the Weymouth show. And that's 1 week after the Sheffield show. Choose easiest for Taunton and Tom. We'll get there. Taunton is actually going to be a really interesting one. Like, I'm looking forward to coming to Taunton as well, because I like Taunton now. Yeah, it'll be good. It's going to be good. I'll tell you anyways about that shortly, Katrina. We will sort it all out. Everyone, loving you. Even you, massive thank you to everyone for watching tonight. Massive thank you to my Patreon supporters, and again a massive thank you to our sponsors, and to us and Valhalla Martial Arts. You're all absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you at one of the shows this year. But as always, for me, I'll see you again soon, fans. Good night.